those working and will one day retire. I want to specially welcome you again and thank you for joining me on this section. Subscribe and then follow the company social media platform so that you can get all the necessary information that you need to make the informed decision. Today, I'm going to continue from where I stopped. I said that there are two categories of people that I wish to speak to on the need for them to consider the option of investing into this lucrative agro-based industry. Now, we succeeded in talking about the first categories of persons. You can subscribe, watch our previous video. And then today, I want to speak with the second category of people that I feel and I think and I believe should have the consideration to investing into the agro real estate. And these second categories of persons are those working and will one day retire. I want to speak to you on why oil palm estate is one of the best retirement option that you can choose anytime, any day. One of the best retirement plan anytime, any day. Now, I want to say first that there's something I want my viewers out there to know. Anyone that is in a working class, that is still working and is still be paid or is earning from what he or she is doing. I want you to note something, that retirement is not for only those working in government establishment. You know, we have the notion that, retirement are for those working for government after 70 years or 35 years of active service, they retire from the civil service and all of that. But I want you to understand something, that whether you are a private worker, whether you are even an entrepreneur, you have your own business that's giving you money, you are a driver, you have your own cars or vehicles that is fetching you money, whatever occupation, whatever work you are doing, the reality of life is that if work does not retire you, life will. I want to repeat that statement again. If work, it doesn't matter the category, the sector you are working, whether as government worker or private sector worker, if work does not retire you, certainly life will retire you. So what does that tell us? That everyone in the working class today will one day be retired. In this episode, I'm going to share a personal life experience with you. And so I want to speak to those who are working, the working class, why the oil palm estate is the best investment plan for you as someone who knows now that you will one day retire. Now, let me also state here that lasting wealth is building a business that can give you returns even when you are not there. I want to come again. Lasting wealth is building a business that can give you returns even when you are not there. Lasting wealth cannot be gotten by building a business around you. If you are not there, then the business collapses and dies, or the day you are not able to handle it again, and then that is the end of the business. That is not how to create a lasting wealth. Let me give you a personal story. 2012, my family and I, we started a journey that has actually become a big rescue for us from financial stress. 2012 precisely, we started a family business, and right now all we think about is the expansion of the business. And guess what? The business I'm talking about is the oil palm plantation business. So when I speak on the oil palm with so much enthusiasm, with so much passion, it is not because of anything, but for the fact that it is what I have seen, it is what my hands have handled, it is what I have benefited from, and therefore I can use all my life to speak about the oil palm. in 2012, when we wanted to embark on the establishment of oil palm plantation in about more than 10 acres of land, I remember my late dad then said something. He said, "You want to invest into this oil palm? How long are you going to wait? You're going to wait for a long time before this thing will start producing. How are you going to process it? How are you going to do this?" So a lot of talk that brought a lot of discouragement. But thank God we weren't discouraged. And so we went ahead, we got the seedlings, and then we got the land prepared, we started planting, and then before we know it, sometimes when we say the oil palm takes about 3 to 4 years before it starts producing, some people look at those 3 to 4 years as a way long thing. And that is why in our series, I've also talked about intercropping, the science of intercropping, that within this first 1 year to 3 or 4 years, there are things that you can do to also get return on your investment even before the oil palm start producing. And so some of these things we did, we practiced the intercropping system, and then in 3 to 4 years, the oil palm started producing. That as we speak right now, today, we've been able from that same investment to get all the necessary machines for the harvesting, up to the processing, up to the cracking of our kernels, and then we could see how money can come from the oil palm crop. And that is why I talk about the oil palm with so much enthusiasm. And then I'm glad and I'm proud to measure it everywhere that my first million came from the selling of the palm kernel that were cracked. Palm kernel, which is used to produce the palm kernel oil. There are demand. The market is very broad and is very large out there, and even what we are producing right now is still not enough to saturate our local market. And so the beautiful thing about the story now is that I may not even be at the farm. My mom is aged, but she was part of this investment opportunity that we saw at that time. And as we speak, on weekly basis, there are return on investment. I spent time to talk about how you can get return from this oil palm crop on weekly basis, weekly and monthly basis, depending on the largeness of your farm. Now, if your farm is even large enough, you can be getting return on your investment even near daily basis. Because the oil palm, the fruit does not get ripe in once. So the ripes at different time, and then it means you will want to be harvesting every week. And so this is a beautiful investment that we saw, and we were not discouraged to put in our money. And today we can proudly say that there's a level of financial freedom because we took that decision. And so let me talk to those, again, those that are working right now. I've said that if work does not retire you, life will retire you. That is why you need to invest into a business that even when life retires you, your money is working for you. Don't forget, in one of my podcasts, I said you can either be working for money or money is working for you. Having shared that little experience, everyone should plan or invest in a sustainable retirement plan. There are many things that you can invest your money into, but I can assure you that not everything is sustainable. Not everything is sustainable, but I can confidently tell you that investing into the oil palm is a sustainable investment. A sustainable investment that can give you return for at least 25 years minimum. For you listening to me now, again and again, I would say one of those retirement plans is the Silverwell Agro real estate, which has integrated agriculture with real estate with the cultivation of the oil palm. I want you to listen to every other videos we have made on this issue so that you will get a broader meaning of what I am saying or discussing from this video. Now, I want to share with you 3 reasons why investing into the oil palm real estate with Silverwell is the best retirement plan that you can ever have. Number 1 is the fact that land does not depreciate. Don't also forget that investment with a silver well is also investment into a land of your own. So you already have a land of your own, and beyond the return you will get from the land is the return you will also get from the crops that have been integrated in the land. That is the concept of the agro real estate. And so one of the reasons why investment into the agro real estate with silverware is a step worth taking is the fact that land does not depreciate. I'm sure that you know that. Number two is that agricultural produce will always be in demand. As a matter of fact, in high demand. People will always eat. People will always consume the product derived from this crop, particularly the oil palm, that again the company also have intercropped with other crops within that first 1 to 3 years before the complete establishment of the oil palm. So the second reason why it is the best retirement plan for everyone that is working out there is that agricultural produce will always be in demand. I can tell you, since 2012, when we started initially, we didn't have some of those processing plants and all of that. So sometimes we adopt the local method of processing, which I also share light on in one of our video, and we'll produce. And then at that initial point, we will have to go out and then we sort for persons. Sometimes we even take this produce out to go and sell. But however, I got to a point where we didn't need to do all of those. And so we just have our produce processed, and then we already have marketers lined up waiting to get some of this produce. And so the marketing was never a problem after the initial point of our establishment. I'm saying that agricultural produce will always be in demand because people will always consume this product. As long as people are willing to consume this product, as long as the product derivable from the oil palm is a staple food commodity in the market, then the investor will continue to get his return on investment. That is one of the beautiful reasons why investing into the oil palm estate is one of the best retirement plans that you can have. The third thing, the last thing I wish to share or talk about is people talk about the oil money. But for me, from experience, I can say that the oil palm remain the modern oil money. To me, it remains the modern oil money. The reason why I said that is because I've talked about it, the multiple products that are derivable from it, the high demand for the product that's derived from it. The reason why I talk about it this way is because of the fact that there is a weekly return on your investment. So there's weekly harvest, at most 2 weeks harvest, and then there's a monthly return on your investment. And this is one of the very few crops that can put you, like I said, in regular, constant flow of income for your investment. So I want to encourage you who is working out there that the best retirement plan you can ever think of is to invest in agriculture. And not just invest in agriculture, invest into a company that knows what agriculture entails, and not just that, invest into a company that have carefully chosen the crop that can be integrated with the real estate so that you can get a maximum return on your investment. Don't always forget that if work doesn't retire you, definitely life will bring about that retirement. And the best retirement plan you can ever think of is the investment into a sustainable business, of which one of such business is an investment into the agro real estate, precisely the oil palm estate. I want to believe that you will make use of some of this information to make informed decisions that will bring benefits to you beyond even the now, talking about future for up to, like I've said, a minimum of 25 years. I want to thank you. A lot of videos, podcasts have been made. Feel free to subscribe, get to know all of these information that has been provided on this platform so that you can make an informed decision. Till we meet again next time, stay blessed